The next billion-dollar startups list is a list that Forbes does in conjunction with TrueBridge. And we look for companies that are on their way to becoming billion-dollar valuation companies. So these are typically fast-growing companies, but they're also companies that have not just fast-growing valuations, but also often fast-growing revenue. This year, the average revenue of the companies on the list was about 24 million. That's about double what it was last year. And so this year we're getting companies that are, in a way, they're a little bit further along in their operations. They're a little bit more solid. They have a little more revenue. Where last year the valuations were higher, and so the companies were much earlier stage. We have many tech companies on the list. It's a very tech-focused list. We do have companies in cybersecurity and in using software for trucking. Those are areas that we've had before. This year, we also have a couple of new areas that we have not seen. For example, we have a semiconductor startup, which is the first time that that's happened. We also have a weed startup, which is the first time that we've had anybody in that space on the list. Those companies are Astera Labs in semiconductors and LeafLink.
LeafLink is a New York City-based wholesale e-commerce platform for the cannabis industry. So if you run a dispensary, you're going to have to stock your shelves with cannabis products. And basically, LeafLink is a platform that you can use to buy products from thousands of different brands. They've been around since 2016. They've raised $131 million from VCs like Founders Fund and L2 and Nacera Capital. They now currently have, over 3,000 brands and over 8,000 retail shops across 30 states using their platform.
Let me highlight also Landing, which it's a company founded by a guy named Bill Smith, who's an Alabama high school dropout and serial entrepreneur who sold his last company, Shipped, to Target for $550 million. And Landing is a company that does flexible lease furnished apartments. And so it's really hitting that idea of we're going to live differently. We're going to be able to work from anywhere, and people want more flexibility in how and where they live. It was a really big deal in 2015 when we started the list to get to $1 billion valuation. It isn't anymore, and companies are hitting it much faster. But by doing the list, we do still get a very early look at some of the companies that are going to be giant over time.